Hey, what's going on, guys? Jun here with ハパ英会話。皆さんこんにちは。ハパ英会話のJunです。Miki is back for part 2 of this ハーフ文化トーク。で、先週は、夢を何語で見るかっていうのをお話をしたと思うんですけど、Today, we're going to take that a step further and we're going to go from dream to reality. Your day-to-day language that you speak in and also think in, right? How about for you? どっちで考えるの？英語と日本語は。
So for me, I mean, like right now, I just answered you in English. So usually I'm thinking in English more, just because it's my first language and I'm more comfortable with it. And yeah, but I do on occasion also think in Japanese. And then I think it kind of branches into two different things. Like one is, I think we were talking about this a little bit, how if I've been talking to Japanese people a lot, then I start to think in Japanese too. So like even after I've talked to Japanese people, then it'll continue on in my head in Japanese, and then slowly go back to English over time.
Right.
And then the other thing is that I don't know, once in a while, I don't know if you feel the same way, but some words just, or like some meanings just sound better in Japanese than in English. And so just depending on which language has the closest meaning to what you want, or like sometimes it's just a feeling or something like that, then I'll just think it in that language.
Right, there's like certain words you can't directly translate into one language or the other.
Right.
Yeah.
Like 頑張って。
頑張ってとかね。
Yeah.
めんどくさいとかね。めんどくさい is one of those words you just cannot translate in English.
Yeah.
So I would be speaking English too, and I'm like, oh, so めんどくさい.
And then it's only certain people get it.
And only certain people get it, yeah. 擬音語とかっていう擬態語、擬音語とか知ってる？
Oh, sure. Wait, what is it?
擬音語 is like like どんどん.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, like
okay.
the onomatopoeias,
Oh,
right?
yes,
It's
that's what it is.
gyongo.
Okay,
And then
okay.
there's also gitaigo, which doesn't really
Gitaigo.
exist in English. 例えばdoki-doki する is gitaigo. Because doki-doki is not an actual sound, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like human made it up.
Exactly, right?
Okay.
But it's a weird thing where if you're a Japanese person, doki-doki って聞いたらなんかもう it feels right. You know? It feels right, right?
Yeah. So sometimes you gotta talk about things like that
Yeah.
instead of just being like, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
You could just say, doki-doki してる.
Yeah. And when I get like an American guy who's learning Japanese, like, why is it doki-doki? What's that sound?
Oh, okay. So when people are learning it, do they feel differently about it?
Yeah,
like
they feel completely differently about it because there's no like association to doki-doki to any sound that they know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see.
How about like when you're in Japan, right? Like どうしてもこう見た目とかが日本人とかだと like people automatically assume that you speak Japanese and you are Japanese. And I'm assuming when you were in Japan, people thought you were Japanese.
Yeah, totally Japanese.
Right?
Yeah, everyone, not just Japanese people.
Everybody.
Like everyone. there would be like European people that would like meet me and be like, "Oh, your English is so good." And
It's like 違う。
I hope it's good. And for you too, like, do you get different reactions from people, or like how? Because I don't know. Do people think that you're fully Japanese, or?
Well, it's mixed. Yeah, I think some people, if I don't say anything, would assume I'm Japanese. But I also get like やっぱ沖縄とか
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like something else.
Yeah, or like I was like, いや実はハーフなんですよ。あ、そうだった。日本人だと思ってたんですけど、でも最近こういう顔多いですよねって言われて、I'm like, I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
What do you mean?
What does that even mean, right? So I went to Japanese school when I was in America for 4 years. で、その時は日本語が喋れなかったから、it was tough,いじめもたくさんあったし、で、その時はやっぱ外人だったんだよね。And then I transferred over to an American school, a local American school, and I couldn't speak any English.
Okay.
So again, I would try to mingle with the American friends, and of course, they don't use a gaijin term, but I was treated as a gaijin, right? Somebody who can't speak the native language. So I was also gaijin among my American friends. So like growing up, I was gaijin for Nihonjins and also gaijins to Americans. So you are trying to like find your place, I guess, which is can be pretty tough, I think, growing up.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
definitely
right.
growing up, because everything is all like there's no limits, I guess, to where things are. So yeah.
Like trying to find a place where you can fit in, I think.
Right, fitting in becomes more difficult.
Yeah.
But it gets better when you get older, I think.
Yeah.
Because then, like, you know, 今みたいに日本語で喋ったり、英語で喋ったり。
ね、することができるからね。
それはなんか振り返ってみるとありがたいけど。
そうね、あの時すごい大変だったけどね、今になってこう感謝できる気持ちのことだよね。いや、だからやっぱその気持ちはすごいわかるし、I think now that I'm looking back that you're speaking about it, you know, it was tough growing up, not knowing like who I really was, but now when I go to Japan and I hang out with my Japanese people, I could like fit, you know, right in and I could like, you know, jump into the conversation and have a good laugh with them, whether it's the Nihongo no Owarai or whatever it is. Then I'll come right back to LA, you know, I'll hang out with my American friends and again, you know, I'll be able to like fit right in and you know, not miss a beat or anything like that. So, それがやっぱ言語以上のものでね、この感覚というか、no matter how much you're able to speak two languages, I think part of it is like the 感覚 or the...
Yeah, it's that thing that you can't quite put your finger on.
Yeah, right.
But I, like, looking back compared with before, I'm like, yeah, like I have been able to adapt to the situation more and then just also anticipate that, like, people, like, I don't know what people are going to be like I can be flexible so that, you know, whoever you are, you know, like just, or if it's someone that I've never met from a country I've never met, then just be okay with like not knowing anything about them and just be willing to learn. Like, yeah, I feel like I've gotten better at adapting for sure.
Yeah, totally agree though. なんかやっぱ自分もそういう経験をするとね、when you meet people that you know come from different types of backgrounds, I think you become a lot more open about getting to know who they are, right?
Right.
All right, well, Miki, thank you for coming on the show today.
Thanks so
That was
much.
a lot of fun, actually. 楽しいね、やっぱこういうトークできるのってね。
そうだね。でもなんかもっと考えなくちゃ。ジュンさんの聞いたこと。
いや、こういうの考えれば考えるほど分かんなくなってくるからね。You get more confused thinking about it. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I will catch you again next time. Take it easy guys. Peace.